Peace and pugilism. Fight Fanatics is Myron Magnus and a special edition of Boxing Logics United. Happy New Year to everybody, baby. We're going to get it joint on right, okay, with passion, purpose, and boxing spirit, or should I say pugilist spirit. Now, today we're going to talk about what is a professional boxer's average salary. Because there's a lot of things going on in the boxing world, and I think a lot of people think that boxers, all of them make the tens and hundreds of millions, like say a Floyd Mayweather or Canelo Alvarez or Anthony Joshua. But truth be told, that is far from the case for the majority of fighters. And I'm about to read this article and some stats, okay, taken down by Miss Maureen Malone, okay, from Career Trends. And it goes like this. Boxers don't earn a regular salary, but rather a purse for each fight. The pay for professional boxers varies widely. My apologies. The boxer's manager negotiates the purse and the contract on a case-by-case basis before the fight. Pay ranges from a couple of $100s to millions of dollars per fight, and is highest for popular fighters in televised and title fights. Annual earnings also depend on the number of times a boxer fights in a year. If he's injured in a fight, he may have to withdraw from fights or be unable to enter fights, hurting his future earnings. Minimum boxer pay. Since boxers aren't employees, their earnings are not subject to any minimum wage laws. Many professional boxers don't earn enough to live on and may need additional employment. For example, at the low end of professional boxer pay, if a boxer fights 12 times a year and earns only $200 per fight, he'll bring in only $2,400 per year. This is far less than the average income for all professional fights. As of 2012, the median annual pay for athletes was $40,060 per year. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, top boxers, however, earn far more than this. Here's some income of elite boxers. Despite the low pay for many professional boxers, top boxers earn millions of dollars per fight. For example, in May 2013, Floyd Mayweather earned a guaranteed $32 million for a fight against Robert Guerrero. Guerrero only received $3 million guaranteed for the same fight. Mayweather went on to earn $75 million in the September 2013 fight against Canelo Alvarez. Alvarez received $12 million for the fight. In 2015, Mayweather earned $150 million for his fight with Manny Pacquiao, who earned $100 million for the fight. Professional boxers' purse examples. Here's the difference, people. The purses for other fights on the same card as the Mayweather-Guerrero fight in May 13 range from $60,000 to $375,000 for the title fight. Many boxers earn far less. For example, in February of 2014, Chris Algieri earned $15,000 for his fight against Emmanuel Taylor. In January of 2011, Lonnie Smith earned only $800 for his bout versus Jose Gomez, who pulled in $1,800. Now here's some additional income for boxers. Depending on boxers' contracts, they may also earn a percentage of the revenue from pay-per-view for televised fights. Let me repeat. Depending on boxers' contracts, they may also earn a percentage of the revenue from pay-per-view for televised fights. These earnings are difficult to predict because a boxer's percentage is usually undisclosed and pay-per-view purchases are unknown before the fight. For the 2015 Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, the boxers earned an estimate $100 million each from pay-per-view purchases. The cable companies and television networks receive the remaining pay-per-view income. Boxers may also receive additional income from sponsors, which we know many don't. Or should I say the majority don't. Some companies may pay boxers in exchange for endorsing a product or wearing a company logo during a fight. Again, the amount earned is negotiated in contract and varies based on factors like fighters' popularity, the size of the fight audience, and whether the fight is televised. Expenses for boxers. Since boxers aren't employees of boxing commissions that host the fights, they pay their own expenses. In addition, in living expenses, fighters must pay their own insurance, travel, and training costs. These amounts vary based on factors including where the boxer lives and the distance to the fight. Boxers typically pay trainers 10% of their purse. For example, if a boxer earns $1,000 in a fight, he will pay his trainer $100. A percentage of each purse goes to the boxer's manager as well. The amount varies by state and agreement. In Nevada, for example, managers receive 1/3 of the boxer's purse. For a $1,000 purse, a boxer would owe his manager approximately $333. Although this may seem high, the manager works for the boxer to negotiate fight contracts and to find sponsors. Now, with all that being said, fight fanatics, we know the vast majority of fighters, okay, like the two fighters you're watching right there, which is Lonnie Smith versus Jose Gomez, which I stated, Lonnie Smith only made $800 in this fight you're watching, while Gomez made $1,800. Now, why was that?
It's simple mathematics, damn it.
Here's why. Gomez made $1,800. The average professional boxer is making $3,500 a year, whereas the average NFL player is making upwards of $900,000 a year. Again, the average boxer is making $35,000 a year, and the average NBA player, is making $1.1 million a year. Now, when you look at these stats, okay, you can understand why we do need to support our American fighters, UK fighters as well, our Asian fighters as well, our south of the border Mexican brothers as well, because all of them, and I do mean all of them, are really trying their hardest, okay, to make a living for themselves and their families. And let's be honest, boxing is a poor man's sport, and it's very normal for poor people to get manipulated, okay, and taken advantage of. We live in a capitalist society, and capitalism means capitalizing off of others' ignorance. I want you guys to go look up the average educational level of a professional fighter today, the average class of lifestyle that they come from. And they come from lifestyles that has minimum resources, minimum immediate education as far as household that's coming from a family, and they're most of all are really most likely trying to learn on their own. So support our fighters, buy the pay-per-views if you can, okay? If you can't afford pay-per-view, don't buy pay-per-view. But if you can, support our brothers like Lonnie Smith, okay, Jose Gomez, and say Irish Traveler if you have to, or freaking a young Manny Pacquiao coming up. Support them, bro. They need it. Because believe it or not, most of them are living under the means that we are. This is Myron Magnus. Thank you for watching this video. Peace and pugilism. And a Happy New Year.